All right, let's talk a little bit more about Corepunk. If you don't know what that is, it's an upcoming MMORPG. It's kind of top down, kind of like Riot's upcoming MMO, and we just did a test, Alpha 3. They invited around 50,000 people in this test. I was part of it, and I played like 80 hours of it in 8 days, and I have some thoughts about it. So stick around. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Bags. I'm an MMORPG veteran. I've put tens of thousands of hours in pretty much most of MMORPGs that have came out in the last 20 years. So let's talk about Corepunk. This game is such a gem, and the Alpha 3 that we just finished makes me so excited about this because Alpha 2 was a disaster. So in Alpha 2 there were major technical issues that developed, kept happening, that the situation developed to be so bad that they actually had to stop the test early. Thankfully this time around it hasn't been like that. It actually worked so well that they invited out of the blue on last Friday, they invited thousands of more players to the test. They sent mass emails out with 2 keys instead of 1, so people could invite their friends as well to play, and a lot of people did. On the screen, in this horrible footage you're watching, is some of my gameplay from my live streams. Unfortunately, the audio has, my voiceover from the streams and all that, so I've cut it. And also the quality is bad because I'm forced to stream at 720p. So I apologize for the quality. I hope you forgive me for that. So with that said, this game is very old school. It starts off very slow. It's painfully slow, if anything. Most of the feedback people have given it is about difficulty of understanding how to get quests done. I feel like a lot of people expect quests to be picked up and done immediately as soon as they're picked up, which is not the case with this game. In this game, you pick up a bunch of quests, you go around, you play, you do your thing, you gather resources and all that, you craft. It's more of like an adventure game than it is at your typical MMORPG, where you go from exclamation mark to exclamation mark and then question mark to question mark, and you follow like a quest marker and stuff. In this one, you gotta like roam around, figure things out, ask people for directions, socialize. People can share their pins with you, so if they've found something and they want to share it with you, they can do that in the game, which is great. And it was a recent change, by the way, so I'm very happy about that. But overall, I want to say this Alpha 3 for this game went exceptionally well. There were still some hiccups, especially with the U server where I played. My character got frozen a couple times, but after like a restart, they call it a redeployment, because I learned yesterday that their restarts are different. They can basically restart the servers, to my understanding, without actually restarting the servers in the game going offline. But there's still some issues with layering and partying up and all that they need to iron out. And I hope they can, and we can move, into either to Alpha 4, or we can move into their early access that they want to start doing for this. But with all that said, I am very excited. I have a lot more hype for this now, because the previous test was an absolute disaster. I was afraid it would take so much longer for this game to progress in development. But this is no longer the case. The devs are pushing fix after fix, and then they're adding things in, like new quests, new areas. The area you see on your screen is a massive new area, which is a PvP battleground, basically, that didn't exist before in the previous tests. And it seems like there's more to this game that we haven't seen, and that we will be exploring, in the future. So we will see. Couple thoughts. Like on PvP and progression and all that, it is a slow game. You can see the inventory here, you know. It has your typical MMO things, inventory management and all that. You got your consumables, things the mobs drop. Some stuff are trash or like vendor items. Other things are really, really useful, like specialization, like talent 3 points basically, and stuff like that. It gives you XP for your talent trees and all that. However, there are some issues with balance, and it is to be expected because the devs have said they have not balanced past anything. They're focusing on just the initial experience for new players and server stability, layer meshing, and all that, making sure the game works, the servers work well, that sort of thing. And I think on that front, the game does very well now, at least compared to before. I don't want to go super in depth about things, but because it was an alpha to begin with, but also I don't want this video to drag along, right? It's just a short video to say a couple things about the game and a few of my thoughts about it. I'm not gonna go into detail about bugs I found. I found some exploits that obviously reported to the developers. All the things you should expect from an alpha, right? It's not a finished product by any means. For a small studio like Artificial Core, I believe this game played very well for the alpha test. And any issues that people had with progression or like finding quests or quest items and all that, it can be fixed. Like those issues can be surely fixed. It didn't seem like the game was broken beyond repair, if that makes sense, right? I've played games where you just log on and you're like, what is this, right? Like, is this a joke? Are these developers kidding? And Corepunk is definitely not that. A lot of the people that put a lot of hours into this and actually went past the initial learning curve of, hey, where's this? Where's everything? Why can't I find resources? Or like, why aren't there any quest markers and stuff? Once people got past that and started like playing the game more, got to like level 5 a little slowly, you know, started getting their first talent trees, a little more bit more gear, learning the ropes, a few more skills, you know, all that. I feel it picks up a lot and it gets so much better. Like you're seeing level 15 plus gameplay on your screen. We're fighting some high-end mobs and whatnot. But yeah, I think this game can become a gem and they can capitalize on people that are looking for a game that looks and plays a little bit like League of Legends, but it's an open world mmorpg that they can play with their friends pretty much indefinitely, right? You can log on and play as much as you want. I did 14-hour streams every day plus playing this last week. Let me know what you guys think about this, if you played it or how it looks. Like, I know a lot of people think it's super slow, but I guarantee you it picks up. You start getting talent, you start getting gear, it goes faster, you get, you know, your sprint spell, you can get places faster, there will be mounts. It's just at the moment the devs are focusing on a few things and they haven't shown all their cards and everything. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. It's not a super popular game because I feel a lot of people don't know about this game. But if you have any questions, ask me in the comments. I'll be glad to reply if I have the answer. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you like the videos I put out, please give a like and subscribe because it helps a lot. And I'll see you in the next one. Guys, have a good one.